Welcome into Herriman High School for Copper Hills basketball, presented by Ken Garf on KSLSports.com. Dusty Lidster with Mike Christensen running the camera, and intern Kenzie is back. Kenzie Valentine running the system. It's Hawaiian Day at Herriman. Copper Hills trying to bounce back in what's been a frustrating start to region play. And it's Carlo Mulford coming near side of Stockton Blanchard. Stockton grew up wanting to be a Copper Hills Grizzly. His dad, Andrew Blanchard, built the Copper Hills program, took him to a state championship game appearance. The Stockton shorts. And Lopez is a three from the outside, is good. And that's Ike Palmer. Remember a year ago when we came in this game, maybe a couple years ago, where Herriman shot the lights out. Copper Hills came back to win it. Reiser gets that ball up top. This is Boston Lamborn down the lane and fouled by Stockton Blanchard. So going to the line is Boston Lamborn. Copper Hills comes in 6-10 on the season, 0-4 to start out Region 2 play. First free throw good by Boston Lamborn. Got them both. So for Carlo Mulford. Outside Blanchard, up top to Malcolm Johnson. Cycled through to Carlo. Back out, Carlo, pump it. Now try to get a move on Reiser, couldn't do it. Fit it inside, nice ball fake by Barclay, sends it out. Blanchard, a little strong on the J, and the rebound pulled down by Tyler McVeigh. The floor, Isaiah Reiser, leading scorer, 18 points, blocked away on the drive by Ike Palmer. Palmer with the block, looking for the assist. Blanchard can't get the three to go, and the rebound out of bounds off of Herriman, they're probably off of Copper Hills, and will stay with Herriman. So, a little consultation between the officials, make sure everything's right. Barclay. Now it's Palmer with the junction J, and Ike Palmer. Made the 1,000-point club last week or 2 weeks ago. And he's got 5 points to start out this one. Reiser sends that ball back out to Curtis on the drive. He goes to the corner to Jacob Curtis. Jacob drives at Palmer. Got him off his feet. Oh, a little sharp. Misses the bunny. Cookie down the floor. Palmer off on the three, and the rebound. Claimed by Copper Hills. Reiser. Oh, the three just bounces off. Johnson with the rebound. Malcolm on the run. Give it up to Mulford. Carlo inside to Barclay. Send it back out. Ike Palmer. Can't get the three to go, and the rebound pulled in by Jacob Curtis. Stolen away by Mulford, and they'll go back to Copper Hills. Herriman being led by Coach Doug Meacham, longtime head coach at American Fort for a number of years. Had awesome talent go through that program. And it wasn't for the great run of Quincy Lewis and David Evans, he may have a state championship or two from his time at AF. Goes to St. George, to Snow Canyon, wins a state title a couple years ago, and then comes up north to take over Herriman when it opened up. One of the good guys in coaching, Doug Meacham. Love that guy to death. Known him our entire time. Dane and I have been doing games since 2005. Southside Reiser. Driving to Mulford. Carlo got his hand on it. Ball still loose. Reiser got it back, and they're going to get a foul. And we'll see if they call it on the way up. The foul to Blanchard. They're going to call it on the floor. I think correctly handled there. Remember, there's a difference between being in the gather, which is on the gather is when you're kind of getting that ball to come in. And then in your habitual shooting motion are two different things. Getting to the rim. Oh, McVeigh can't get that one to stay down, rebound, and run now with Herriman. Mulford, left it for Barclay. Barclay saves it in and taken away by Boston Lamborn. Reiser to Lamborn. Off on the three, and Johnson claims the rebound. Good eyes there by Curtis with the steal. Give it up to his brother. Got McVeigh running. Johnson's back, and Johnson stays vertical. Out of bounds, and will be inbound on the baseline with Copper Hills. Reiser. He can inbound to the backcourt and does to Lamborn. And a foul up top on the hedge. That's going to be called by Cale Barclay. And it's the first on Barclay. Team foul number 3 on Herriman. Remember, 5 team fouls. It'd be double bonus free throws in the quarter. And fouls reset just like in the NBA at the end of the quarter. Reiser over to Curtis. Now McVeigh. Double dribble. Double dribble. We go way back. Mike Christians will get this one. Double dribble. Yeah. We will love the shot clock. So after the double dribble, on top of Johnson. Mulford. Can't get loose of Reiser. That's a great hair matchup between Mulford and Reiser. Barclay from the corner, no. Tipped up, and that's saved in by Reiser. McVeigh on the run. Mulford looking to give up a cheap one. Curtis into the corner, and his brother knocks it down. Jacob and Wesley both average 8 points per game. It's Wesley knocking down the corner 3, and we're tied at 5. They'll give and go on the baseline, and Barclay fouled. Put him on the line for 2, and this foul will go to Wesley Curtis. His first on Copper Hills. So Barclay to the line. He and Ike Palmer both were part of the Utah top 50 as he misses the first. Checks in with Jaden Hyatt. Barclay and Palmer had a good fall. It's translated here in the beginning of region play. Herriman, I mentioned, 13-4 on the season, 3-1 through their first go through in region. As Barclay comes off the floor, and checking in is Luke Brooks. So on any of the shot clock, the 32 seconds. Reiser to McVeigh outside with Lamborn. Curtis. $19 on the shot clock. McVeigh gonna pump, now drive, and the foul on Johnson on the take. And that'll be the 5th team foul and a 2-shot foul now for Copper Hills. That's the 4th team foul. Kind of blocked. There's timeouts left. We're at 5, so apologize. So last foul to give will be free throws. The final 3 minutes for Copper Hills. Jacob Curtis on the drive at Palmer. And wave it off. They'll call the charge. It's a veteran official working the baseline. Coach Watkins wants an explanation. We had some Memphis stuff that talked about owning the part of the floor before the offensive player leaves. They lob that into Johnson, and Malcolm Johnson makes it a three-point game. See if Copper Hills can respond after a frustrating charge as Curtis fake the handoff. Now it's over to Lamborn. Jacob over to Height. Reiser with the flyby, pulls on the long two. And Johnson, loose ball foul. Johnson bumped him off the spot. It'll be a foul on Johnson. It'll be baseline inbound for Copper Hills. Coach Beecham needs to remember, Malcolm wasn't arguing that at all. Gave him a little nudge before he went and got the ball. And the free throw good. At the line is the senior, Jaden Height. That got them both. Back to a one-point game with 2 minutes and 10 seconds on a running clock. Barclay over to Mulford. Carlo, nice move. Sends it out, nobody home. Barclay left on him. He cut to the hole. Wasn't expecting that, so turnover. And the ball goes back to Copper Hills, and a chance now for the Grizzlies to take a lead inside of 2 minutes left in the quarter. So Carlo Mulford comes off the floor, and checking in for Coach Beecham is Drayden Stilson. Oh, Reiser he lost the handle there. Sends that ball to the corner. Three on the way. Does not go out of bounds. And we'll go back with Herriman. It was a good look for Austin Orman. And the sophomore just didn't get it to go. That's a Charlie Olsen three from years past. Stilson drops it into Barclay. Skip outside, three on the way, short from Beckham Willis. And now on the run. Oh, nice drive. And finished by McVeigh. And a 1 point advantage for Copper Hills. Inside of a minute left in the quarter. Palmer tried to fit that in off the hands of McVeigh and out of bounds. It'll be Herriman basketball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. 54 seconds left in the quarter. Stilson back up top to Palmer. Palmer off the screen into Barclay. Good hands, come dig that out by McVeigh. One on the shot clock, fall away, and a foul is going to be called on Lamborn. And it's Palmer going to the line to shoot two. Now, if this was college basketball, they'd be reviewing to see if the ball was still in his hand with the time left in the shot clock, but we don't have that here. So foul on the floor. Probably should foul on the shot. Puts Zach Palmer at the line. Palmer had 5 quick points to start the contest and hits the first free throw. And Ike rolled out the second. So tied at 9. No shot clock left shot clock turned off as there are 25 seconds on a running clock in the quarter. Reiser yet to score. Leading scorer for Copper Hills on the season. Isaiah averages 18 points per game. 7 seconds. Palmer came after it. Reiser got around, and his first points are good ones and close out the quarter. Shot at the horn will count if it goes, and that'll do it for the first. At the end of 1, it is Copper Hills 11 and Herriman 9. You're watching Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Ken Garf. Start of the second quarter, and a good quarter for Copper Hills. A battle of 11-9 as Reiser got his first points right as the quarter was ending. Copper Hills basketball presented by Ken Garf. I thank the downtown stores for supporting Copper Hills Hoops on the Rewind Sports Network. As he kicked this ball out for 3, McVeigh long. The shot clock was still running, but the rebound pulled in by Herriman. Ike Palmer sends that back over to Mulford. Carlo, no. And the board pulled down by McVeigh. And Herriman is not able to connect on a 3 ball. Oh, what a move by Reiser. And Isaiah at the rim got turned away in the board and fouls. Jacob Curtis came in for the rebound. The foul goes on Ike Palmer. Number 1 on Ike, and the first foul of the quarter. Curtis backs his way in, finds McVeigh cutting across the baseline, and yeah, he got stuck. He wanted to go straight up. It was going to be a side contest. And McVeigh wanted Curtis in the corner, but he was going to kick that ball out or not. It's up the floor of Mulford. Carlo up top to Palmer, lob in to Barclay, and one. Cale Barclay with the assist from Palmer. Put him at the line, looking for the old-fashioned 3. 2 bigs is part of the Doug Meacham way. I always think of Tyler Rawson and Andrus. And Barclay completes the 3-point play and a 1-point lead to Herriman. Oh, still to Mulford. Try to pass that ball back up top out and be in the baseline. You're just welcoming that defender into the passing lane. So a mistake there, and then the foul to Reiser will be number 1 on Isaiah. So battle we're going to be seeing for a while. Mulford and Reiser, both sophomores. Mulford's older brother, Diego, is at American Fort. Ten seconds on the shot clock. Mulford on the baseline. Off the rim, no. Barclay had the board stolen away. On the run, and Palmer with the block. Thought Curtis had an opportunity there. Couldn't get it. Pass a little too off the handle. Saved in by Willis. 3 on the way. Oh, what a sequence. Jaden Newman. The ball was everywhere. Ends up in the hands of Newman where he cans the 3. And a 4-point advantage now for the Mustangs. And that will steal to Barclay. Ahead to Mulford. 2 Grizzlies back. Mulford splits them. And a traveling violation. But how about the sequence there for Herriman? He had a good play. Curtis getting the steal, and then the run out. I think maybe get a foul. A clean block by Palmer. Loose ball goes around. You thought, again, it would be coming back to Copper Hills. The ball's going out of bounds, and Willis able to save it to the corner. It ended up with Newman in a 3. See how Copper Hills responds. Height gives that ball up to Lamborn. Lamborn back up. Height straight away for 3. Wide to the left. Got his own board. Shot clock to 16. Inside riser. Pirouette and finish. Very well done by the sophomore, Isaiah Reiser. Newman. Cycle inside now to Johnson. Malcolm goes up top to Stilson. Frozen rope 3 would go. The rebound and run out with McVeigh. McVeigh brought Mulford in. Big man terminated up top. Mulford with the steal. Johnson not looking for that pass from Blanchard. And Johnson telling him, hey, my bad. Wasn't looking for it. And Blanchard let him know it was on him. I want to say one of those games we came to a couple years ago in this matchup, it was Johnson had a huge night as a freshman. All kind of blending together. I guess he's a senior, so it would have been a sophomore. 3 from the corner, in and out. Rebound to Curtis. Try to save it out to McVeigh. And the ball goes out of bounds, and the ball will go with Herriman. The ball was 3/4 of the way down and out. Good to see Andrew Blanchard in the building. We'll talk about the longtime head coach of Copper Hills. He left, and John Watkins, a longtime assistant, with Brian Alfrey staying on. And Copper Hills running back to those years with Blanchard. I remember covering those teams early on for him. As Johnson got to the rim, they found the height. And they'll put Johnson in line, but that was back when the state tournament, you only took the top 4 teams from your region. And Blanchard took over Copper Hills, didn't have a lot to speak of in the basketball program at the time, and he built it up. He had a young freshman point guard, and they took their time and they built it. And in the last 2 years, they were terrific. I remember doing the play-in game at Jordan. And Copper Hills won, got in the state tournament. I kept saying Lopez. Sanchez. Sanchez was the point guard with the Steve Nash hair. Goes 0 for 2 from the stripe. And Copper Hills a chance to tie or take the lead with a 3. And off to Lamborn. Lamborn back to Reiser. Curtis outside McVeigh. McVeigh on the drive. Got inside and scores. Tied up at 15. Nice take and make by Tyler McVeigh. 4 points on the night. He averages 12 on the season. Mulford. The pop out for Palmer. No. And the 3-ball again, just betraying the Mustangs in the first half. The Copper Hills make something happen. Well, the Mustangs are shooting cold. Reiser, frozen rope 3, won't drop. Rebound to Johnson. Palmer into Curtis. No call on the contact. One way or the other. Loose ball. Jump ball. Possession arrow will keep it here. But Watkins is like, how is it we're having a call on one end and not this end? At least something, right? And I'm not one that believes every piece of contact needs to have a whistle. You wipe off the bucket on the one. Johnson cycled through to Palmer. Now, granted, there are 2 different situations. Shuffled, yep. It's a traveling violation on Johnson. He absolutely did. So, nothing there for Johnson. Turnover, and the ball goes back to the Grizzlies with 2 left in the quarter. Reiser over to Lamborn. Lamborn gets in the lane, put it up and in. Nice take and finish by Boston Lamborn. Here's Ike Palmer. Has 6 points in the half. Mulford inside out. Barclay can't get the 3. That rebound off of Copper Hills. Mustang ball on the baseline with the fresh shot clock. Mulford drop it into Barclay. Backside Johnson. Nice look. And when you got the 3 bigs that they got on the floor, and Palmer, Barclay, and Johnson, just opens things up. Baseline runner with Curtis, send it out to Reiser, extra pass. McVeigh on the drive. McVeigh with the finish. Strong take and make with Barclay on his back. Mulford got away from Reiser, drop it into Johnson. Finds a cutting Barclay, count it. And it's going to be called on Curtis. Jacob Curtis with the foul, and he rolled his ankle. So he's going to come off in favor of Austin Norman. And Coach Watkins said, hey, why isn't it a +1 on that end, but it's a +1 on this end? I actually agree with him. With contact at the rim on both ends. But that's the thing what Coach always talk about, right? And officials want as well. We're going to set a precedent, we're going to stick with it. And at the moment, Copper Hill's feeling a little snake bit.
That was not on number 14, but instead on number 31, Jacob Curtis.
So make sure to get the foul corrected in the building. And Barclay completes a 3-point play. And he's now a leading scorer in the ballgame with 7 points. Minute 20 on a rolling clock left in the first half. Isaiah sends that ball out. Lamborn for 3. Good answer. And don't get frustrated. Go make your shot. Lamborn knocks down the 3. 7 points for him now. And now a traveling violation up top with Stilson. Changed his pivot foot. This is not the NBA, and the officials saw it. It was a little obvious. So 2-point advantage for Copper Hills as McVeigh up top. Reiser off the screen. Isaiah on the drive. Defenders are there. Hits the deck. Doug Beecham wants a traveling violation. Officials not giving that. And the foul goes to Palmer, number 2 on Ike. And Coach Beecham was asked, hey, we had travel when he split the defenders on one end. That one, he's arguing his case, trying to get the difference. As Isaiah knocks down the first free throw. Lamborn comes off as Daxton Nelson comes on. And both free throws good for Reiser. Elijah Peck, the senior, checks in, give Reiser a breather, and not to pick up a cheap foul either. Mulford having that one up. It's Blanchard for 3. No, the 3 ball just will not fall in the first half for the Grizzlies. Probably for the Mustangs. And a benefit to the Grizzlies. Up 4, it's a chance to get up 6, maybe 7. McVeigh will come take the ball top. Shot clock turned off. Game clock to 5. McVeigh with 3. McVeigh sends out to the corner. Oh, and the 3 was long. Peck was thinking Jimmy Chitwood on that one. Didn't go. We go to the break, and it's Copper Hills leading 24-20 on Herriman. You're watching Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Ken Garf, brought to you by our friends at Jiffy Lube, where we got a quick read. Want to remind you that at Jiffy Lube of Utah is a proud supporter of Utah High School since 2004. Jiffy Lube has sponsored the What Drives You Scholarship Program. Utah students simply write about their goals and dreams for a chance to win $6,500 scholarship. 8 students will win, and Jiffy Lube of Utah is giving away $22,000 in total scholarships this year. Visit jiffylubutah.com for more information about What Drives You Scholarship Program. Again, halftime score, Copper Hills 24, Herriman 20. You're watching Grizzly basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.
In 1971, the world's first Jiffy Lube opened in Utah. For over 50 years, we've been committed to servicing our Utah communities. Jiffy Lube, nationally known, locally owned.
And welcome back into Herriman High School. Dusty Litster with you. Again, our Copper Hills Grizzlies, presented by Copper Hills Basketball, presented by Ken Garf on the Rewind Sports Network. Grizzlies up 24-20. They did fail to mention the Ken Garf three-pointer is McVeigh right on time. McVeigh knocks down the 3. That's a Ken Garf three-pointer from Tyler McVeigh. Dropped that ball inside to Barclay while a foul on the entry. Will go on Curtis. The Ken Garf three-pointers brought by Ken Garf downtown. The Ken Garf downtown 3. The 3 ball is what, well, the lack of making threes from Herriman is the one thing that Coach Beecham, I mean, that's not something you can fix. You either get them to go or you're going to continue to shoot them and not make them. Is Hite going to be called for the foul on the drive on Barclay? And if you're frustrated on the call, here's the difference. Hite was laughing about it, but Hite moved into him. As he's driving, it becomes a straight line. And if the defender comes to take away that space, that's when you get the foul call. You stay parallel. It's like the talk about being vertical underneath the hoop on a charge. Same thing on the defensive side. Once you step into that line, you're opening yourself up for a blocking foul the entire time. You run perpendicular to him or parallel to him, probably parallel to him. It's not a foul. Palmer with the board, lost that ball on the way up. And down the floor we go with Copper Hills, leading 27-20. Looking for their first win in region play. Inside to Curtis. Johnson was right there. Big man deters him. Reiser on the drive. The foul. Count the hoop. Isaiah Reiser. 8th point of the night. Going to the line. Looking for the three-point play off the hoop and the harm. The free throw is good. And Reiser now with 9 points. He and McVeigh both with 9, leading the way for Copper Hills. Boston Lamborn has 7. Drop it inside Barclay. Double showed from McVeigh. Quick pass to the corner. Blanchard chase off the 3. 15 on the shot clock. Palmer drives at Lamborn. Back in the corner to Barclay. Baseline tipped away. Johnson got it back. Put it up. No. Rebound. Lost off the hands of Barclay. And it is going with Copper Hills. Good ball movement. And the whole time he thought maybe Herriman got him in the blender. But good job of staying with it by Copper Hills. Gets the stop. Leading by 10. Looking to extend the lead. Reiser back from Lamborn. 2-3 zone now from Herriman. McVeigh backs things out. Here comes Mulford. Send it to Lamborn in the corner. Got Palmer off his spot. And Lamborn now at 9 points. Johnson. There's concede the bucket there to Johnson. Big fella. Easiest 2 of the night. He's got 6. Reiser working on Mulford. Lamborn to the baseline. Terminate with nowhere to go. That's off his leg. Yep, going to Herriman. Curtis, got to know where you're going when you terminate the ball. And Jacob Curtis. That one slapped off his leg. The sophomore with the turnover. And Herriman. The chance to cut in this deficit as Palmer comes off the floor. Not wanting to get that 3rd foul too early in the quarter. Blanchard to Barclay. And they go block on Reiser. And they're calling on the shot, too, for Barclay. 2nd personal foul on Reiser. That's a tough one. The block charges are tough. Because a lot of times they have player control and everything else. Barclay lipped out the first. He shot the free throw very well in the first half. Averages 13 points a game on the season. He's got 7 thus far as Nelson comes on for height. And he got the second, a 9-point deficit for Herriman, 9-point lead for the Grizzlies. And official timeout, the shot clock didn't move. Oh, they put it at 5:27. Kenzie was on, so let's go ahead and stop it. Kenzie will get it. Yeah, you trust Kenzie. 3 on the way. Reiser from downtown. That's a Kengar. Downtown 3. Mulford, beautiful take and make. First points of the night for Carlo Mulford. He averages 11 on the season. First bucket thus far. Oh, what a move by Reiser. Try to make a spectacular play with Curtis. Good hands by Johnson with the steal. Mulford got that out to Johnson. He'll pull on the long 2. No. Rebound McVeigh. Jump. If you jump straight up, you're good. You jump forward, you jump back like we saw there, or side to side, it's a foul. As Blanchard hits the first. We spent a lot of time, and here's the thing. It wasn't until I sat down with officials and learned all these different things and asked a lot of questions. We have great officials that will teach and help us out. We didn't learn that. As a young broadcaster, good grief, 10 years ago, I was been yelling about that one. 7-point lead for Copper Hills. Again, they got to weather the storm. Reiser, he traveled, yep. He wanted to make that pass, his feet were moving. You got to play good D on this end if you're the Grizzlies and Herriman. Again, the three ball's not falling. It just feels like it could happen. They had good looks. They haven't tried it since. Go inside to Barclay. No. Could not get the alley-oop layup to go. Down the floor with Copper Hills. Reiser pulls up. Short. Good defense. Back comes Mulford. Carlo to the corner. Barclay. Short on the three. Rebound loose. Taken by Curtis. Now ahead with Reiser. Isaiah. Foul by Stockton. So I'll be the first on Stockton Blanchard. Oh, probably his third. My bad. I lost track of that. Number 3 on Stockton Blanchard. Second team foul of the quarter. We're going to have a good fourth quarter. And Copper Hills looking for their first win in region play. Can they finish out the last minute on a high note? At one point, we're going to start going 2-for-1s. Because that's what the situation right now is for Copper Hills. They don't need to take out 35 seconds. You go 2-for-1, but opportunity's kind of going by the wayside. 45 seconds left in the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. On the drive, Reiser. Can't get it. Send it back up top. On the drive, now trying to set in the corner. It's Johnson with the steal ahead to Palmer. Palmer, Euro, and finish. Now taking the final shot and a 5-point advantage for Copper Hills. Good defense by Johnson, a nice finish by Palmer. And now a foul to Mulford. So, again, it's the movement. When he's going, you cut him off. You can go in front of him, obviously. You better be set. You can't direct him. They call it red to blue, right? So out top, they don't give up much contact. You get closer to the hoop, the more they give up. 9 seconds. Reiser got past him and lays it in. Palmer did not want to give up that foul as Mulford pulls it at the horn. And that'll do as we go to the fourth and final quarter. Copper Hills with a 7-point advantage. Grizzlies 42, Mustangs 35. You're watching Copper Hills basketball presented by Ken Garf on KSLSports.com.
Hey there, cleans every inch of chrome car washer. We like your style. Are you turning the line into a parking lot while cleaning that same spot for a third time? You know it. But your impressive attention to detail means you've got the freshest ride on the road. Literally and figuratively. And when it's time for the next new truck to scrub, try Ken Garf for listening skills as thorough as your scrubbing technique. Hey, we hear you.
In 1971, the world's first Jiffy Lube opened in Utah. For over 50 years, we've been committed to servicing our Utah communities. Jiffy Lube, nationally known, locally owned.
Start of the fourth quarter. Copper Hills basketball presented by Ken Garf. One thing, Ken Garf downtown for supporting Copper Hills, being the presenting sponsor, and also the Ken Garf Downtown 3. 7-point advantage for the Grizzlies. Lead was much as, I believe it was 14. Inside of Johnson, ball tipped right to the Herriman Mustangs. Jaden Newman, 3 on the way. No, it's not dropping tonight. That ball's out of bounds. It'll be Grizzly basketball. Again, Herriman's had looks, cannot get him to go. And Copper Hills has taken advantage thus far. There's going to be a run of them. They're going to hit 2 or 3 in a row. Can Copper Hills build the lead to be able to withstand the run that's probably going to come from the Mustangs? Foul away from the ball. And Johnson didn't want to give that one up to Lamborn. Lamborn made it. We'll give you a free one. That's a Ken Garf downtown almost 3. Lob that into Curtis. Curtis goes right back to the rim. Yeah, a little controversial because the inbound is when he gets the ball. Where was he? And I think if you were to freeze it, yeah, there's a little bit of contact there at midcourt. Play on, and the bucket's there, and there's a 3. Jaden Newman, second 3 of the night. He's got 6 points on both threes. And 6-point lead for Copper Hills. Curtis's work together. The high give and roll. Younger brother finds older brother. Blocked away by McVeigh. Blanchard pulled on the 3. McVeigh with the block. Wolford into Johnson. Gets it back. Carlo goes inside to Johnson. Back out. Carlo for 3. No, short. Rebound McVeigh. Reiser. McVeigh down foul by Palmer. Number 3, I believe, on Palmer. Number 4 on Ike. So he'll come off. Fresh shot clock for Copper Hills. A little floater from Reiser, no. Rebound to Johnson. 8-point advantage for Copper Hills. Newman over to Johnson, cycle through to Carlo. Mulford will pull for the long 2, no. Rebound to Johnson. How about the night from Malcolm Johnson? Malcolm's been in the middle of a lot of things, including a bunch of boards and buckets. 5:46 left in the fourth quarter and a 6-point lead for Copper Hills. You're watching Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network. 5:46 left in the fourth quarter. Copper Hills with a 6-point lead on Herriman. Copper Hills looking for their first win in region play. Back in the day, it meant everything, right? We talk about the top 4 teams out of your region. But now at the RPI, it's about wins. You got to get wins and move you up in the RPI. You don't get sent in that crazy bracket to other places as Curtis can't control the pass from Reiser. Ball off the mark there to Curtis. Missed opportunity. It was a great set from Copper Hills. So chance to put up a 0 on one end, a crooked number on the other. To go to Johnson, up top to Blanchard. Now Mulford, lob it up to Malcolm Johnson. Can't get to it. Good idea. Didn't quite get there. Isaiah Goes away from the screen, got poked away from behind. Here's Mulford on the run. Carlo leaves it back for Blanchard. Stockton cut off there by Lamborn. Up top, Newman's got 2 threes on the day. A good hand by Curtis. Got the steal. Loose ball. Jump ball would belong to Copper Hills. And it is jump ball. Copper Hills basketball. Curtis, good job of keeping his feet. A little disjointed as Reiser moved at the last second. And those two are going to be playing on the same team for a while, both sophomores. Blanchard had to hold off on the 3. Here's Carlo Mulford. Carlo go high-low inside to Barclay, got some space. And Clay fouled on that pass. And the foul will go to Tyler McVeigh. Number 4 on McVeigh. Tough one for McVeigh to give that up on. And they'll bring him back probably around the 3-minute mark. And now a foul before the inbound on Curtis. Official said, hey, you had your arms around him. He hit the deck, but you were holding him. So that's a 3rd personal foul on Jacob Curtis. Both teams now with 2 fouls in the quarter. Back to Mulford on the inbound. Oh. Man, 3 quick fouls here. That's on Boston Lamborn, number 2 on Boston. Mulford tried to make a heads-up play. Just didn't quite go the way he wanted it to. You want to catch that on the tuchus, not on the middle of the back or even the small of the back. Oh, nice hands. Mulford with the steal. Reiser didn't give up the foul. Mulford lays it in. Only 4 points on the night for Carlo. That's a big one. It's a 4-point game. Curtis sends it to Lamborn in the corner. And a steal to Mulford. Back-to-back steals, back-to-back buckets for Carlo Mulford. And a 2-point game. Timeout, John Watkins. It's a Puco-Matco tool sales timeout. 3:43 left in the 4th, and here come the Mustangs. You're watching Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network.
It's time for another round of... All right, contestants, name that sound.
Lettuce.
Oh, you think that sound is lettuce?
I wish it was.
David, our resident champion from Ken Garf.
That's the intern Dale, cracking ice for a soda. Correct.
And that's why you need a Ken Garf dealership. If they listen this well, imagine how well they'll hear you.
Hey, welcome back into Herriman. Coming out of the Bucos. Matco Tool Sales in West Jordan. Timeout. Stop there for all of your tool needs. We're talking about I thought it'd come from threes, and it hasn't. It's been good defense by Carlo Mulford. He's just trying to take this game into his own hands. He and Reiser, both sophomores. It's going to be a fun battle with them for the next 2 years. And we got another game, too. So Reiser cycle that ball through to Lamborn. And the foul to Barclay. It's the third team foul. Second personal foul on Barclay. Both teams at 3-team fouls. Possession arrow belongs to Herriman. 3 timeouts left for Copper Hills, 4 left for the Mustangs. Curtis to Curtis. Jacob drives at Johnson. Got inside, can't finish. Barclay came over as well. Here comes Stockton Blanchard. Handing back to Carlo Mulford. Carlo, a little personal 4-0 run, making this a 2-point game as we go inside of 3 minutes left in the fourth. Carlo over to Blanchard. 15 on the shot clock. High post to Johnson. Palmer, 4-3. And a 1-point Mustang lead. 11 points for Palmer. Been dealing with foul trouble. Big shot for the leader of the Mustangs. Mulford nearly with the steal. Traveling violation. But if the defender tipped the ball, that's not a traveling violation, right? Well, Mr. Fisher might have said that was a travel on the spin. Watkins wants answers. And what is that? Up top to Mulford, been huge. Barclay to Palmer. Nice hands by Reiser. On the run out. Barclay giving chase to the rim. Can't get it. Reiser's putback is fouled. It was Austin Ormond who could not get the layup to go. Was feeling all that pressure from Cale Barclay. And that's going to put Isaiah Reiser at the line for 2 free throws, as that's the second personal foul on Carlo Mulford. Tied at 47. 17 points on the night for Reiser. He averages 18. Now a chance to reclaim the lead. McVeigh comes back on with his 4 personal fouls as the lead back to the Grizzlies on the free throw from Isaiah. And a timeout to Doug Beecham. 2:02 left in the fourth. You don't want to go anywhere. Oh, let's keep it here. Let's go through our schedule next week is Rewind Sports Network. We've always got games going on. Next week's a little different. We are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday next week. I'm getting my schedule to pull up. Next week on Tuesday, Alta at Skyline. I also going back to my alma mater, Richfield Girls at Carbon High on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, Cottonwood at Murray for the return game. Dane Stewart and I will be there together. And then on Friday, PG at Lone Peak for the boys-girls doubleheader. Westlake at Skyridge, Fremont at Davis, Alta at Highland, and the Copper Hills Grizzlies go to Bingham. That's your upcoming schedule on the Rewind Sports Network. 2:02 left in the fourth quarter. And a 1-point advantage for Copper Hills, who've led nearly all game long. They went on a run the second quarter, and they've held the lead since, except for moments where Herriman took a 1-point advantage. There is Johnson down the lane, and Malcolm Johnson with the hammer and the lead. 16 points on the night for Malcolm. 1:35 on a rolling clock. Reiser up top to Curtis. Got Palmer with 4 personal fouls. Jacob backs out. Now drives at Palmer. Got him the bump and the... The official said he lowered his shoulder. He was also moving. That was not owning the spot on the floor there. He felt it coming as well. Palmer, those 4 personal fouls, got the charge, wipe off the bucket. 4th personal foul on Jacob Curtis. And another timeout from Doug Beecham. And it's a full timeout on the floor. 1:14 left in the fourth. The seesaw will continue. You're watching Copper Hills basketball, presented by Ken Garf. 1:14 left in the fourth quarter. Herriman looking for a double-digit comeback as they lead 49-48 on the Copper Hills Grizzlies. Copper Hills looking for their first win in region play. We got a good one on our hands. Good crowd. Copper Hills students. 3 rows, solid 3 rows traveled here. Herriman nearly all filled up. Blanchard up top to Johnson, over to Mulford. Now Barclay. Stockton up top to Johnson. Going to eat up some clock. Shot clock down to 10. Palmer goes high-low into Johnson. Curtis with the foul, and the ball rolls off. It's a very good set there from Doug Beecham. Beautiful find from Palmer. Johnson nearly got it to go. Number 4 on Wesley Curtis. This game were to go to overtime. I mean, got a lot of guys left for Copper Hills. McVeigh, the Curtis brothers, all with 4 fouls. Malcolm Johnson, big free throw. Makes it a 2-point advantage for Copper Hills, or probably for Herriman. Now a chance to make it a 3-point game. And again with the clock, 53 seconds on the game clock and a 35-second shot clock. There's no need to go down and chuck up a 3. Copper Hills can come down and get a quick bucket. Play some defense and get the ball back. Take advantage of the shot clock. If you're Copper Hills. Johnson goes 2 for 2. He's got 18 on the night and a 3-point lead for the Mustangs. Largest lead of the night. Curtis. Hands off to Reiser. Isaiah chased off. Now McVeigh driving at Palmer. Got around him, left it short, and Palmer with the rebound. Good defense by Palmer. He didn't go into him, stayed away from him to not give up the 5th personal foul. Blanchard to Johnson, and Malcolm with the hammer. 20 on the night, and that will probably do it. 5-point advantage. Reiser for 3, no. And the rebound to Blanchard, now the foul. How about Malcolm Johnson? We come in talking about Palmer. Palmer in foul trouble. Been cold from the outside, and Johnson worked his way to a 20-point night. A workmanlike 20. And the big hammer. A moment he won't forget, that's for sure. Stockton Blanchard hits the first. Blanchard's got to feel a little different for him. Growing up, thinking to be a Grizzly with his dad being the head coach. Took an administrative job here at Herriman. And Stockton now looking to give Herriman a win over Copper Hills. 6-point game. Copper Hills does have 3 timeouts left. They hit a 3. They got to call a timeout. Reiser drives, and the putback won't go for Curtis. Johnson will hold it out, and Herriman comes back down double digits to get the win. 55-48. A tough one for Coach Watkins and the Grizzlies. They had to feel like they had this one. Everything went the way they would like it to go until the final moments. And a turning point in this game, it was Carlo Mulford. He had 6 points tonight. But as what he did, getting the steal at midcourt, going down, getting the bucket, he gets a steal off the pass, makes it a 6-point game going into the fourth quarter. And a big one. Carl Mulford did an amazing job. Your Heineman Associates players of the game. For Herriman, we're going to go with Johnson and Mulford. And for Copper Hills, we're going to go with Reiser and McVeigh for players of the game. Frustrating night for Copper Hills. You're seeing the moments from Coach Watkins' boys. They're continuing to battle. Again, a final score. For the final score, Herriman 55, Copper Hills 48. For Mike Christensen and Kenzie Valentine, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us for watching Copper Hills basketball on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by Ken Garf.